Slavery is something that can diminish you.
Haiti became the first black republic in the world.
They will never forgive the Haitians to be the first black people to be independent in the world.
This is what you've been waiting for.
Haiti's Hidden Treasures.
A modern-day visual documentary on Haiti.
Haiti's Hidden Treasures.
Showing the sights you've never seen before. The land, the people, the history, the culture. Everyone who wants to know and learn more about Haiti, grab some. Get your original copy today and enjoy Haiti's rich culture and marvelous history. Call now 718-930-6006. 718-930-6006.
Next. It's here. More captivating than ever, providing you with a glance into Haiti's thrilling countryside.
La Rivière Blanche is the highest water source in the Caribbean, and it can only be found in Haiti.
It was here where many battles for Haiti's independence were fought against the French.
It was such a deed, a military deed that was really considered, even through history, as one of the greatest battles that could have taken place anywhere in the world. Remember, anyone who would betray that movement would die.
You know that the flag of Venezuela, of the insurgent at that time, took birth in Haiti. We can say proudly that it was the Haitians that contributed to the revolution of South America, to the freedom.
After an intensive 8 years mission consisting
Strolling along the miles of the Arcaye beach area, the idyllic soft sands and clear waters of the beaches will bring you to the famed Arcaden's coast, an exotic selection of 5 distinctly unique beach resorts. Majestic Mattou Mountains and engulfing Laguna Bay, they offer an ideal environment for relaxation seekers, sunbathers, and water sports enthusiasts. Yes, you are indeed in the heart of La Côte des Arcades, an introduction to the finest white sand beaches and crystalline waters of Haiti. A magical blend of comfort with Haiti's modern rooms equipped with air conditioning and hot water. A blend of sports including windsurfing, sailing, tennis, beach volleyball, basketball, horseback riding, isle cruising, freshwater pool, and deep water fishing. A blend of cuisines to match your appetite also awaits you. Imagine your day filled with freshly shucked oysters and your favorite tropical quencher on the beach. Nothing's more welcome after a day on the beach than the particular sensation of Montouit. On both sides of the road, the smell, and the sight of a delectable culinary adventure will win your heart. From the deep-fried pork and plantains to the rice and beans puree with lalo prepared right at your side. Remember, whether you are eating in a local restaurant or in the comfort of your car, every meal in Haiti is a rewarding experience. Less than 1 mile from Montouy is a colonial museum exquisitely nestled on a beautiful Paradise Beach resort. This privately owned museum stands as a reminder of the fight against the French colonists for Haiti's independence in 1804. It features collections of Arawak artifacts, early weapons, historical records, and other items related to Haiti's colonial influences. This is an authentic attraction and a must-see. Venturing away from the Arcadian's coast, you will come upon other fascinating resorts where you can experience a new sense of peace and tranquility. Sunning and swimming are just part of Haiti's adventure. Between the shores and the hills, history is interwoven with natural beauty and everlasting monuments. Just 14 miles north of Montouy is the historical city of St. Mark and its outstanding church. During the colonial time, St. Mark was rich in sugarcane production, plantain, and of course, coffee, some of the best in Haiti. Today, the city is known for its wonderful beaches, its post-colonial fortifications, its corn production, and plantain flour, which provide delicious meals. Heading for Petite Rivière de la Tibonite, you're bound to see a vast range of rice plantations. Visitors to the village are always drawn to the 365 Doors Palace, a 19th century architecture built under the command of King Henry Christophe after the War of Independence in 1804. The 365 doors of the palace represent most likely each day of the year.
Further up above one of the Cajos hillocks stand the ruins of La Crête à Pierrot Fort, which has been the setting in March 1802 of one of the fiercest military fights during the war for Haiti's independence.
It was such a deed, a military deed, that was really considered, even through history, as one of the greatest battles that could have taken place anywhere in the world. They had men fighting, they had women also resisting the French forces, and they had the ability to defend that fort up to the last day.
Away from La Tibonite and back to the National Road, you reach Gonaïves, the third largest city of Haiti. It was here that Haiti's independence was officially declared on January 1st, 1804.
The General-in-Chief of the Army, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, at that time lived in Gonaïves. So there is no doubt that that particular summit or reunion was more practical to be where the chief is. So that was the reason that took place in Gonaïves.
Gracing the square are two important monuments, the Cathedral du Souvenir and the Obelisk, which symbolize the cult of the Haitian people toward their ancestors. The name Gonaïves originated from the Indian word Gonaïbo, which was part of the Maguana territory. Leaving Gonaïves to the north, after a mountainous road, you get to the village of Lambay. This peaceful town boasts a famous archaeological museum called the Indian Museum. It is one of the greatest evidences of the pre-Columbian era that marked the history of Haiti. The Guhaba Museum houses a wonderful collection of Taino artifacts such as pottery, tools, and art. As you contemplate the exhibits, you will also notice some masterpieces of colonial times that will take you back almost 5 centuries. From Lambay, you can venture out to Cap-Haïtien, the second most popular city of Haiti, about 170 miles from Port-au-Prince.
Cité du Cap-Haïtien, vraiment tu es rempli de charme, avec des jolies maisons de style colonial, et tes rues si bien tracées, dont tout le monde parle. Des monuments historiques, des plages et des sillons fruits, comme la douce orange, la sapotille et le mango, tous dressés en baguette magique, attirant les touristes.
By land, a 5-hour ride will take you to this peaceful harbor town. By air, frequent 30-minute flights between Port-au-Prince and Cap-Haïtien are provided by Caribinter, a small and comfortable aircraft. Other flights are also available to Jérémie, Jacmel, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and Jamaica. Cap-Haïtien, well known as an historic city, has maintained its architecture and some of the most important colonial monuments. It is also noted for its colorful New Orleans-style houses with balconies, its 16th century geometrical streets, its gaily painted shops, and festive iron market. A visit to the Hotel Henry Christophe, once the King's residence and completely refurbished, it's definitely worthwhile. It features antique furniture so well preserved that you certainly find your way back to the year when the king ruled the region. In the neighboring town of Cap-Haïtien, there are some fashionable hotels to suit vacationers in search of privacy and relaxation. They combine modern-day amenities with hospitality and charm in a natural environment. Feel free to ask about an exchange plan, permitting you to transfer dinner to any one of the hotels or well-known restaurants. Nighttime entertainment includes countryside singers performing at the rhythms of the troubadour.
There are also discotheques and nightclubs that feature dancing and live music of Cap-Haïtien big bands. The legendary Tropicana Orchestra, and the longest active musical group in the Caribbean since 1948, the Septentrional Orchestra.
Cap-Haïtien has also preserved one of the most beautiful monuments of Haiti's northern coast, the Cathedral of Cap-Haïtien, rebuilt after an earthquake in 1842. With its silver dome, it overlooks La Place d'Armes, the principal square of the city.
D'ailleurs, un gros touffe, pingouin, l'autre jour rencontré chocoun, li sourit, les li ouais moi dit ciel à la belle moon, moi dit ciel à la belle moon, les dim li trouve sa chère, 10 oiseaux en bois qui tape écouter.
A few miles north from Cap Haitian lie the informal beach resorts. A short boat ride from Rival Beach will first give you a stunning glimpse of Fort Picolet's ruins, and then take you to Cormier Beach. Surrounded by tropical foliage and turquoise waters, this beautiful beach resort is ideal for swimming and snorkeling. In the meantime, you can enjoy peace and tranquility along with the tempo of the sea's gentle breezes as well as the intriguing dive sites. Whether you're seeking your sports adventure on sea or land, you'll end up with a pleasing activity to practice your skills. As you venture along the northern Atlantic coast, exploring beautiful scenery, you'll discover another facet of Haiti, framed by rolling hills and spectacular beaches. Labadie.
This is not an island, but a typical fisherman's village including Norman's Place Guest House and Labadie Coco Beach, which is a strip of land located on the secluded Pointe Saint-Honoré near Cap-Haïtien. This private resort consists of roughly 200 acres of tropical paradise, lush vegetation, pristine beaches, clear waters, and lofty rocky crags. It's an idyllic spot for swimming, snorkeling, or nature walks.
You can also enjoy delightful folkloric shows portrayed by a troupe of exuberant dancers, or shop for the most appealing Haitian crafts in the region. Duty-free items, resort wear, and souvenirs are available as well.
Labadie Coco Beach is a gorgeous paradise where cruise ships deliver over 1 million tourists every year.
Another site of particular interest is Chouchou Bay, one of the loveliest virgin beaches in the Caribbean. This excursion provides many sensational vistas and a close-up look at Haiti's luxuriant tropical foliage. Chouchou Bay areas are conveniently located and offer a carefree day of sunshine and swimming to relaxation seekers. The northern coast of Haiti has always been a captivating spot for explorers and sightseers. Besides its hidden treasures, it provides you with a glance into the country's thrilling history. It was here that Columbus's flagship, Santa Maria, ran aground and was wrecked on Christmas Eve, 1492. It was here that the first fort in the New World, La Navidad, was built with debris from this wreck. It was here where Napoleon's troops landed in 1802 to fulfill the emperor's grand design to first recapture the island and then use Le Cap as a jumping-off place for an invasion of the United States. It was here where many battles for Haiti's independence were fought against the French, and here the last battle was won. making Haiti the first independent black republic in the world. Now, a visit to the village of Milo, located 12 miles southwest from Cap-Haïtien, is a must. Here, something amazing is guaranteed to keep your camera clicking: the ruins of King Henry Christophe's Sans-Souci Palace. Although destroyed by the earthquake of 1842, the front side and monumental stairways are still intact. On the east of the formal entrance, only the royal chapel, covered by a slate roof, has been restored. King Henry Christophe built the Palace of Sans-Souci in 1813 to concentrate most of the essential administrative functions of the new monarchy around the royal residence. It was also designed in a style that would rival the Castle of Versailles in France. Close to the ruins of the palace, a winding road leads to the impressive Citadel Fortress, known as the eighth wonder of the world. Designed by King Henry Christophe in 1805 to serve as a defense against a follow-up European invasion that never came, the Citadel will overwhelm you with its sheer enormity. A monument to black people's endurance, it is erected on the abrupt slope of the Bonnet à l'Evêque and the mountain peak of La Ferrière. Implanted at an altitude of approximately 3,000 feet, this majestic structure, with 131-foot high and 20-foot thick walls, took 13 years to build, and the efforts of 20,000 people. It bristles with cannons and has about 45,000 cannonballs stockpiled inside and out. In the center of the citadel is Henry Christophe's tomb with the inscription,
"Here lies Henry Christophe, King of Haiti. I am reborn from my ashes."
Dream of a king to remain free until the final entrenchment.
I'm reborn from the ashes is something that's used during the Greek era in terms of the Sphinx. They say that oftentimes in the mythology, the Sphinx might perish, but he will be again returned from its ashes.
Today, this fortress still stands for all to admire. During your stay in Cap-Haïtien, if you go to Vertières, you'll pass through the prominent stone columns of Barrière-Bouteille, which is the renovated entrance to the city. Gaze upon the magnificent bronze monument of Vertières and let your imagination take you back to August 1791, when the slave revolt began after a secret ceremony at Bois Caïma.
It wasn't just a religious ceremony. It was a political congress. But there is definitely a ceremony that took place around August 14 and 1791, and it has really a great deal of importance there for the country. Why? Because this ceremony was essential to the unity, because you have to have a chain of command when you are really doing some kind of revolution. You have to have a chain of command. You have to have a unity of your forces, and you have to have a supreme commander. And in that case, Boukman was. Now, Boukman was a genius. He wasn't just simply a Ougan or something like that, because he brought it on the spiritual level so that anyone could really obey his order, so that anyone could be united. Remember, anyone who would betray that movement would die, because it was God. It was the gods that really ordered them to do it and to fight against the French.
Envision the struggle of thousands of African slaves in the field to free themselves from the harsh treatment of their masters.
When people have been placed under slavery, this is the harshest thing that anyone could imagine. When you could be killed for every single reason, when you are considered even less worthy than an animal, and knowing this and having lived under this regime for roughly 300 years, a lot of people decided that it was time that they get out of this situation.
After years of bloodshed, on November 18, 1803, the French army was defeated at the fight of Vertières, and days later, Napoleon's troops were finally ousted from Haiti.
It was the beginning of something the world had never seen before. Black slaves were going to defeat their masters. This was the first time something like that happened in the world. And that revolution had its ramification throughout the world.
This event marked the end of slavery as well as the end of Napoleon's plans to conquer North America.
Napoleon did not have any army to continue his conquest of North America. And that was the reason that he sold Louisiana for 3 cents an acre, $15 million, that doubled the surface area of America.
Haiti was born, and the first independent black nation in the New World was established on January 1st, 1804.
It is too bad that only a few historians have acknowledged this. And I'm telling you, even the fact that Haitians really fought for the American War of Independence, it's only by 1986 that President Reagan acknowledged this. But nevertheless, the fact remains that the black Haitian troops have fought so violently, and when they did participate in the American War of Independence, and there are not too many people who are willing to acknowledge this fact.
In Breda is the public park highlighted with a statue of the legendary Toussaint Louverture, a former slave who became the inspired leader of the fight for the black man's freedom. Say au revoir to historic Cap-Haïtien and leave the city by sampling its famous cassava bread, a staple food of the Arawak Indians made with manioc flour. In the northeastern part of the country lies the city of Fort Liberté, originally known as Bayaha. In 1731, the city was named Fort Dauphin, then renamed Fort Liberté under the French 61 years later. It was here that Henry Christophe became the self-appointed king of northern Haiti as Henry I. Today, visitors to the town can still admire the region's best-known landmarks, such as Fort Liberté, which served as a strategic base to protect the nations against a possible foreign invasion. As you gaze upon the ruins, you'll be captivated by the exquisite beauty of the bay and the city's coastline. Venturing northwest, you come to the small town of Port-au-Paix, located about 150 miles from Port-au-Prince. In 1492, right after Columbus landed at Mont-Saint-Nicolas, he explored the region and named it Valparaiso, meaning Valley of Delights. The nearby area abounds with plantain groves, as well as the remains of the post-colonial era. It is also the birthplace of Cap-Lamour, one of the heroes who struggled for Haiti's independence. The city's seaport, which is able to accommodate ships of foreign and local goods, provides a picturesque view of La Tortue, or Tortuga Island, the Caribbean's biggest pirate base in the 17th century. Getting back to Port-au-Prince, we now go to the village of Mirebalais in the center region of Haiti. Feeling adventurous, from Mirebalais, you can venture out to Sodo or Villebonheur. This is the site of a beautiful waterfall and also the scene of the mid-July pilgrimage. Believers say The water of this cascade has healing powers ever since the Virgin appeared at this site to a young shepherd in 1850.
As we all know, the Virgin or other saints appeared many other places, Fatima, Lourdes, and all those places. But I bet you, they will not say for those places in Europe that is a myth, but for Haiti, they will say it's a myth. But it's something very important in that area, very serious for the Haitians. In a matter of fact, it has two aspects. One is the aspect of Catholicism, because Virgin Mary is well respected among the Catholics, and the country is considered as a Catholic country first. Most of the people are Catholics. But also, the Haiti itself is considered as the main national religion is Voodoo, because it was the religion that helped those slaves to liberate themselves, and most of the peasants are grandson, granddaughters, great-grandson, granddaughters of slaves.
In the dazzling waters of this cascade, many natives come every year to take a ritual shower or just to enjoy the ambiance.
That water really has a great deal of curative power, and that is the reason people will go with their jar, with their bottles, to get some of the waters. The same thing that they do in Lourdes.
Rental of a Jeep and a driver guide is a must for the 2-hour trip from Port-au-Prince to the waterfall. Another worthwhile excursion is a trip to Bassin, a fascinating waterfall located about 6 miles from the city of Hench. If you want to explore more remarkable works of nature, you will enjoy the Bassin Cave, which offers insight into the times of the pre-Columbian civilization. Our trip continues on Haiti's western coast. Through Léogâne, a former Indian village that was once Queen Anacaona's residence. This town is famous for its sugarcane crops, used mostly to produce molasses, as well as clairin or tafia, a derivative of brandy that is common to most Haitians. Often combined with cinnamon, passion fruits, or assoaci leaves, it creates an excellent and powerful cocktail drink known as trempé. Leaving Léogâne, you should not fail to take the Road of Brotherhood to go to the blissful, quiet town of Jacmel. Be forewarned, the narrow and winding roads demand all the driver's attention. Located on Haiti's southeastern coast, about 51 miles from Port-au-Prince, Jacmel was originally known as Yakimo in the Zaragoza territory. It has preserved some of the best examples of late 19th century French and Spanish architecture.
These prefabricated houses were imported from Europe after a fire destroyed downtown Jacmel as well as the marketplace. Since these houses were used to export Jacmel's popular goods, such as coffee, castor beans, cocoa, the speculators in Jacmel wanted desperately to resume trade with Europe. Therefore, they imported many prefabricated houses there, especially from Belgium.
Looking at the ornate wrought iron balconies will also remind you of the city of New Orleans.
Someone from New Orleans came to Jacmel about 3 years ago with large pictures of furniture similar to the ones found in some New Orleans-style houses in Jacmel today. According to him, these pieces of furniture were originally made in Jacmel and brought to New Orleans.
But a visit to the Cathedral of Saint Jacques and Saint Philippe, built in 1783, rebuilt in 1864, then redesigned in 1895, along with the colorful marketplace, lets you know you are in Haiti. In addition to its colonial urban structure, Jacmel is noteworthy for having been the setting of some historic events. The city sheltered Simón José Antonio Bolívar and Francisco de Miranda, engaged then in their struggle for the liberation of Latin America.
Francisco de Miranda met with Dessalines, and then Simón Bolívar met with Pétion. So all those are two great meetings that took place, and during the second time for the Pétion event, he has really supplied a lot of weapons, a lot of arms, a lot of soldiers to Simón Bolívar. And when Simón Bolívar was leaving, he said to Pétion, what can I do for you, because you have helped me a great deal? And Pétion simply said, well, you owe me nothing, except that all those places that you go there, once you vanquish the Spaniard, please proclaim freedom and abolish slavery.
Haiti can be considered as the mother of Pan-Americanism, the first country to really engage itself in Pan-Americanist act. So we can say proudly that it was the Haitians that contributed to the revolution of South America, to the freedom of those countries.
The most important event was the creation of the Venezuelan flag in 1816 at nearby Jacmel Bay, a symbolic inspiration of the Haitian flag, blue and red.
Jacmel also is very famous for a lot of writers. René Despace is from Jacmel. Joseph Robert is from Jacmel. And we are talking about people. Métellus, one of the greatest Haitian writers, is also from Jacmel. So we have René Despace, we have Métellus, we have Joseph Robert, and those are three great Haitian writers who were born in Jacmel.
Outside Jacmel is an area called Meyer. You'll find one of the oldest vestiges of the Industrial Revolution, the Moulin Prince, a 19th century English steam mill made in Liverpool. On a hilltop of Jacmel Harbor, a 2-hour trip leads you to the ruins of Fort Auger. It was a small citadel used to guard the country against European invaders. On its cool mountain, hikers can experience the region's main crops and have another chance to contemplate Jacmel's magnificent bay.
At about 7,600 feet on Pic La Selle is nestled La Visite National Park. And further up lies a beautiful waterfall that runs into the Rivière Blanche, the highest water source in the Caribbean.
Parc La Visite, which is an ornithologic park, can attract many people and bird lovers, many philanthropists and cultured people to come visit our city. There are tremendous potentialities. Here you can say that it is the Switzerland of the Caribbean, and it can only be found in Haiti. It is all the Pic La Selle, from Marigot to Mont d'Enfer, through La Visite, Mont Caballo, Mont Cadino, reaching Forêt des Pins up to Lake Ashe. I mean, all these areas should be a natural and national park to be preserved.
A few miles east from the city, towards Marigot, lie the most gorgeous beaches in the area. Then follow the sun to the nearby Raymond-les-Bains or Timouillage beaches, where the black sands invite you in. Stay as long as you please for a picnic lunch or yachting. The choice is yours. Either way, let the spirit of pure romance captivate you at a beach resort hotel that provides an opportunity to indulge you in fantasies.
In general, people like Cap Lamandu
Not only because our modernized, air-conditioned rooms are equipped with refrigerators and more, but also they come here for peace of mind, safety, and security. Our visitors enjoy our rich cuisine and our variety of seafoods, such as fish, conch, and lobsters. However, I do believe that they mostly come here to visit Jacmel because during the day, they mainly remain outdoors.
As you walk the neat streets of the city, you will notice some famous painting and craft shops, which offer interesting souvenirs.
In reality, handicraft was launched in Jacmel back in 1983 with Gérard Barthélemy, a French native who led a French organization involved in agricultural projects. After touring the southeast, he said excitedly, "Listen, Michael, you have an extraordinary handcraft site. Let us launch a great exhibition in Jacmel."
There are also the popular papier-mâché masks of intense colors that are worn especially during Carnival time. In Jacmel, this is a spectacular event that turns the city into a country fiesta. A tour of the main park of Jacmel lets you experience the peaceful atmosphere of the neighborhood. Now, if you are the adventurous type, after crossing La Roselyne's River, a 1-hour horseback ride into the mountains will reward you with a spectacular mountain pool called Bassin Bleu, the Blue Pool. This is a series of 3 basins of natural beauty fed by waterfalls. Swimming in the deep pools of water is recommended only for strong swimmers. Haiti abounds with waterways that stream in its mountains, plateaus, and valleys. This is a source of wealth for its agricultural productivity and particularly its household needs. Drinking the tap water is not fully recommended. Consequently, it is advisable to drink boiled, purified, or bottled mineral water available in supermarkets and hotels. From Jacmel, take the twisting road of brotherhood to Grand Goâve and Petit Goâve. Petit Goâve, well known for its beaches and excellent suites called Macos, has some beautiful architectural sites, including the Church of Notre Dame. Nearby is the Parc Faustin-Soulouque that features a monument erected in honor of King Faustin I, who ruled Haiti from 1847 to 1859. In the neighboring town of Petit Goâve, you will also notice a great selection of handmade furniture you'll surely want to carry home. Continuing southwest is the crossroad of Des Ruisseaux, which leads to the cities of L'Écaille and Miriguan. Bauxite was the main mineral export of Miriguan until 1983, when Reynolds Haitian Mines ceased operation. In recent times, the city's seaport has become a busy center for overseas freighters, and its square vibrates with activity. One of the main attractions in Miriguan is the imposing St. Jean-Baptiste Church, which dominates the bay. This striking structure was built with ballast sand and stones that were brought over on ships from Saint-Malo, France in the late 19th century. Leaving Miriguan for the southern coast area, the charming coconut-lined beaches of Saint-Louis du Sud welcomes you to enjoy the spectacular panorama of the Caribbean coastline. Heading for L'Écaille, you pass through the village of Camagnon, where the marketplace can be seen along the river of the same name. The nearby area abounds with shrimp and provides excellent jelly as well as guava pastes.
There is no better time to enjoy Cavaillon's ambiance than during one of its yearly festivals, which provide a whirlwind of activities.
The city of L'Écaille, known for its large streets and fascinating sights, is the spot of many excursions. Experience Jules Beach, a splendid beach to be found just outside the town.
Île Ashe, a gorgeous and unspoiled island that is host to 2 modern hotels. Port Morgan's ecological complex.
You can no longer find a place like this in the Caribbean. This is it, the last of its kind. And Port Morgan, within this environment, tries as hard as possible to respect and even improve nature surrounding it by integrating its modern constructions and with 3 to 4-star amenities within this environment, offering the best of services.
And the secret hideaways of Abaca Bay Resort.
Let me tell you that our service is great. A 5-star service. We provide you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At night, we entertain you. We have a famous restaurant serving exquisite meals supervised by Chef Fernand Sajous. And you know that Île Ashe is an island of treasures. So, you must go and experience the richness of the island.
Or take a picturesque trip to Port Salut. This region boasts a romantic beach, which is an ideal environment for relaxation seekers and water sports enthusiasts. Vacationers may also want to haggle over the finest crafts in the village. Imagine ending your day with a taste of deep-fried fish, breadfruits, plantains, or grilled lobsters around the beach. Another interesting site worth visiting is Sault-Martin, located in the Camperin region. This is a pool of exceptional beauty fed by cascading waters. Diving is perfect here if you want to lose yourself in private adventures. From Camperin, a picturesque ride takes you to the city of Jérémie, settled on the Atlantic Ocean border. The road to Jérémie can be a challenge for the most adventurous. However, for a more comfortable ride, you can take a commuter flight from Port-au-Prince to Jérémie in only 45 minutes. Jérémie was primarily a small town of farmers and fishermen. Its seaport bustles with activity when the local boats come alongside to bring supplies to Port-au-Prince. It is also known as the City of the Poets, such as Edzer Villers, Émile Roumer, or Othello Béat, who wrote the song Haïti Chérie, Beloved Haiti.
We left out one of the greatest, and this is Jean Brière. And Jean Brière is also from Jérémie, and Jean Brière is really, could be considered almost as the greatest poet of Haiti. Haitian literature started really with poetry before we could have great novels like Gouverneur de la Rosée, Masters of the Dew, before the Jacques Romain, the Jacques Alexis, the René Desperces, and then all the others. I think that we started with poetry, and those people were really fundamental when it comes to establishing the Haiti as a country in the Caribbean that would be in the forefront of literature.
Best of all, it is a glorious feeling to admire every morning the magical sunrises of Jérémie Bay. From the terrace of the hotel, La Cabane, surrounded by exuberant vegetation, you may have plenty of inspiration. While sightseeing in the heart of the city, take time to taste the comperette of Jérémie, a delicious and popular cookie mingled with coconut. A visit to the uncluttered beaches of Anse d'Azur and Anse du Clair is highly recommended. There, you will experience the true atmosphere of the tropics. Haiti is an exotic destination, a real banquet for all the senses. A blend of French and African cultures is revealed in the pulsating rhythm of its music and dance, in the rich mysticism of its spellbinding rituals, and in the brightest day paintings that have become its beautiful trademark. If you want nothing more than beach resorts and endless rum punches, you have a generous list of tropical islands to choose from. But if you want to delve into history, legends, traditions, exotic sounds, smells, and sights that can inspire you, excite you, and even amaze you, discover the hidden treasures of Haiti.
Faites nan yon bel ti pays qui baye nan mer des Antilles. Pays si la moi remè li tellement douce, tellement tranquille. Haïti c'est kon sa l'rene, li très joli, li très charmant. Yo met bam l'or, bon moins diamant, moins pas jambe quitte. Haïti, Haïti, moi remè pour toute la vie. Haïti, maman chérie, c'est nan bras pour moi mourir. Haïti, Haïti, moi remè pour toute la vie. Haïti, maman chérie, c'est nan bras pour mourir.
I want to say congratulations to you, Patrick. It was a really moving, I would say inspiring, documentary. That's why I brought my kids over, because I really wanted them to see Haiti Hidden Treasures Part 2. So I knew the second part was really going to be something else. And I've been after you, Patrick, when are you going to put the second part? So I can see you've been working very hard. Well, today I was very emotional because I got to see a lot of things of Haiti that I don't even know, because I left Haiti very young. And I can tell you, it is so breathtaking that it makes me want to go back. And I'm looking at the food, and my God, I said the fish, the banane pesé and everything, the sightseeings, you went all over the place. So what we're asking everybody right now is really to support, this documentary, support your work. Don't try to bootleg the work, because, we get a lot of that. So we're hoping everybody will buy this to offer to a friend that is non-Haitians, to the children, the Haitian American children as well, so they can know about Haiti, all the beautiful things we have to offer, all the treasures that are hidden in our country, Haiti.
This documentary is truly the treasure chest to Haiti's hidden treasures. It's a modern-day visual encyclopedia of all of the rich historical facts, culture, and sites that Haiti has to offer. This documentary captures Haiti in its organic form, and I hope you enjoy it and share it with everyone who wants to learn and love a little bit more about Haiti.
Patrick, you just did such a wonderful job with this one. It is definitely grand. I encourage everyone to purchase this DVD, and especially people in Haiti. Now, this tape, imagine this tape being played in the parks, in public places, and for the kids to see the beautiful things they have in their country. That will definitely give them a sense of pride, and they would look towards a better future. Now, Haitians all over the world should definitely look forward to having this DVD as part of their documentaries. Now, they can purchase it and donate to friends, and also schools around the world, those who call themselves Friends of Haiti, they should also have a copy of this documentary. And it portrays such a beautiful image of the country. I encourage teachers to encourage their students to purchase it, and people can purchase it and donate it as Christmas gifts or a just because kind of gift.
Nous, ouais, première partie, hein, nous te dégusté, nous apprécié. Fois ça, deuxième partie, hein, je t'ai regardé l'image, moi montage, moi travail que Patrick fait, Patrick d'Orsainville. Et bien, on Patrick qui me sentit mettait le paquet. Parce que, mon Dieu, du nord au sud, on passe avec nous dans plusieurs villes importantes de pays, pays Haïti chéri nous. Ça fait nous revivre, ça fait nous sentir nous, franchement, fiers même d'être haïtiens, parce qu'il faut comprendre documentaire, son documentaire audiovisuel, c'est vrai. Il y a une partie touristique là-dedans, il y a une partie historique, il y a une partie sociale. Il y a même un aspect économique, côté nous un petit peu économie pays, sous qui ça le chita. Là, nous apprenons que, eh ben, Amérique latine, c'est Haïti finalement qui inspire aux libérations. Là, nous connaissons que Venezuela, qui joue aujourd'hui à pays d'Haïti, nous comprenons qu'on y a pour qui ça. C'est parce que le drapeau au Venezuela, c'est Jacques Mel qui prend naissance. Nous regardons les couleurs, nous voyons que y a une petite ressemblance à donner. Donc, il y a un aspect historique qui est très important pour tout le monde. Et c'est sûr et certain que jeunes qui ont levé, jeunes haïtiens américains, qui ne peuvent pas jamais gagner chance à l'Haïti, c'est un travail qu'on fait la Patrick, pas grand pile d'efforts pour le faire.